Our client won the diversity lottery, but then got the DUI and fled the country. Didn't go to the court hearing, and now there's an arrest warrant on her. Several years later, close to like 4 years later, she wanted to come back. She's facing two main hurdles. The first, there's an arrest warrant. The second thing was that she left the US for too long, right? Normally, you leave the US for over 1 year, you're in big trouble. And now she's left the US for 3. And she didn't even have ties in the US. She didn't file taxes, she didn't have a home. Her boyfriend found us. We did a Zoom call, we set everything up, and we got her in. This was one of the craziest cases we did in the past few years. Can't wait to share them with you. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem was she wanted to come back to the US, but there's so many different problems, and we planned this out for almost an entire year. She lost her green card, her green card is expired, and her biometrics appointment is already expired. The good thing about winning the lottery is that it happens, unexpectedly. So the US government can't possibly expect somebody who won the lottery to immediately be in the US for that long, right? So we've used this argument several times with several different cases. They've all been successful. And the reason why she had to be abroad was because her mother fell extremely ill while she was out. And she lost her green card. We prepared it. We were explaining. I went down to Mexico. I met with the officers and explained the situation. And that was okay. Until when we were doing the background search on her, we found out she has an arrest warrant. She didn't even know there was an arrest warrant. She obviously didn't show up for the court hearing. She obviously didn't pay for a fine. And so what does a DA do? They take it and they give it to the collections, which means it's an arrest warrant, which means anytime she enters the country, anytime she faces a law enforcement, they will immediately see that and arrest her. So now on top of the crazy argument that we have to make that she didn't abandon the green card, she always intended to be in the US and she is going to build a life here, how do we get around the arrest warrant issue? Well, the first thing we did was that, well, you need to take care of this. At least show good faith that you're taking care of this arrest warrant. So she hired a Pennsylvania attorney, went to the court, tried to get this case dismissed, tried to pay for the fine. So they were supposed to take care of that. And then maybe like 6 months passed. Oh, we kept on asking, is the arrest thing dealt with? It's like, yes, it's dealt with, it's dealt with, it's dealt with. The week before they came, we were coordinating, we were looking at it, and lo and behold, the arrest warrant is still there. It hasn't been dismissed. And then we say, why hasn't it been dismissed? They're like, I don't know. I contacted the lawyer. The lawyer said it's taken care of. So then we're like, okay, well, give me the phone number. Maybe the system just didn't update. Let me call the lawyer and find out. I called the lawyer and they said, yeah, it's taken care of. I called the DA. We're going to set up a meeting and then we're going to take care of it a year from now. I told the client the situation, right? We cannot guarantee that you won't be apprehended. And if you are apprehended, then you might be in jail for who knows how long, 3 months, 6 months. And the girlfriend was just like, I'm not going anymore. I'm just never gonna go back to the US. I'm gonna abandon the green card. There's no way, I am too afraid. The boyfriend was like, no problem, it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, I am extremely scared for you. We'll fight with you. I'll personally be there with you throughout the entire process, but I cannot guarantee you will be in, right? On the issue of whether or not you abandon your green card, I'm with you 100%. I fight that battle for you. I've won that battle for you. But whether or not you'll be arrested, I can't. I actually asked the CBP officers, given the arrest, what do you think will happen? Like in the past instances, what do you think will happen? And they were thinking, well, in previous times when there's an arrest warrant, we will call the DA, we'll call ICE, it's out of our hands, and then they have to make the determination if they want to send somebody down here to pick them up and then bring them back. At the end of the day, the boyfriend was able to convince the girlfriend to make the trip. I went down with Liz. We met up with the client. They were decked out. I remember in vacation outfit with a really nice hat and like a sundress. The guy was, he looked like somebody from the Caribbeans. We went in there and it's like, okay, we started the process. The officer took the paperwork. We first cleared the issue, why she was out for over 4 years, the diversity visa argument, what she's gonna do in the US, the US citizen boyfriend's home ties here in the US, proved everything, explained everything. There were actually 5 officers all sitting across reviewing. Now some of them are like beginning officers who were just learning about these type of cases, and there are other, like, obviously CBP directors who had to approve of everything, right? Because they had to issue the I-93, which is the waiver of travel document, because she didn't have a travel document to enter the US, right? She didn't have a green card, she didn't have a biometrics. Basically, she didn't have anything to enter the country with. So when it came down to whether or not she was gonna get arrested, they actually had to excuse me, so I had to wait outside because that call was too important and they didn't want me to influence it. It was just the girlfriend inside, and at that point, they called the boyfriend in. And Liz and I were like, here it is, it's all or nothing, right? If they get arrested, we just have to go plead with them, and then we have to find out what the process is for the boyfriend, and maybe find out bail, right? And I remember Liz was actually starting to look for different bail bonds. The boyfriend rushes out of the office, goes to his bag, and like opens it up and just takes out a bunch of cash, right? And Liz freaks out, and it's like, what? You can't do that here. You can't just fling cash around. And he's like, I think it's okay. Runs back inside, makes the payment, the I-193 waiver payment, and they were able to be let out. The I-193 issue about whether or not she abandoned her green card or not, that was approved. They made the call to the district attorney, and they reviewed her case, and they didn't want to send anybody. They didn't give a reason why, but they said, just go take care of it, right? Obviously, it was very helpful that there was another interview already scheduled to take care of this case by the Pennsylvania attorney, right? That good faith effort worked. The girl was crying. Even the guy was just like delirious. The girl took her hat off and wanted to give it to Liz, gave her a huge hug and says, please have my hat. And Liz was like, it's okay, I don't need your hat. You know, it was a very, very special moment. To the best of my knowledge, after they entered, they went and took care of the criminal record. The green card was reissued after they went to the I-90 biometrics appointment, and their life is able to restart here in the US. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Would love to talk to you. Take care.